Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another FPL Expectations stream. New format again. So this is the review. We're going to review over game week 16 and how it went. A lot of things went down. Pretty crazy game week, maybe for some. But anyway, we're here to review. We're going to go over our teams and as well as that, go over the fixtures, stuff like that, how we thought about that. If you hear a dog barking in the background, I do apologize. That's my dog yapping away. But nevertheless, I'm joined by the man himself, Samuel, who's back again with better internet.
I think that's the wrong format.
Huh?
I think that's the wrong format. I think.
Well, we'll go with this one.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
that's the one, Sam. Sam, how are you doing?
I'm good. We're gonna be here today and tomorrow, so I'm just hoping people don't get sick of us. Honestly, they saw us on Friday night. They're gonna see us today. They're gonna see us tomorrow. They're most likely gonna see us on Friday or Saturday, depending on when the game week ends and another one starts. So we're gonna be here a lot.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to get used to this now, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be doing quite a few shows in short span of time because of the crazy busy holiday schedule. Please bear with us, but we do thank you guys for tuning in and your participation and engagement. So, without further ado, let's do team reviews. We'll start with Sam. Sam's team is gonna be on screen right now. Sam, talk us through overall how you did, couple highlights, and your overall rank.
Right, so is my internet lagging? That's the first question.
It's not too bad.
No, right?
Not too bad, no.
Okay, because in the middle of you talking, I think it kind of went silent for a bit, so I'm just making sure. Right, so game week, I don't think there's really anything to highlight, except, well, there's one, and it involves this guy. I bought in Jarrod Bowen. That doesn't sound too bad. But when you consider that I saw Gallagher for a hit, and he banged in 2 goals, I think if you saw my Twitter, right, there's a tweet that I put out. Like, if I hadn't done the hit, I would have been 13K. But that's not considering the fact that I did Ronaldo and Dalo from Kane and Alonso. That too worked out well because Dalo scored 1 more than Alonso and Ronaldo 9 more than Kane. That's 10 points gained. So if I had stuck with Gallagher, that would have been 25 points, and I would have easily been in the top 10K because that was the difference between the 2 ranks.
Right. If you kept Gallagher, that'd be crazy. All of your transfers, both of your transfers would have worked out very well. Oh.
Yeah. Funny thing is, all of my -4s that I've done on stream this season has gone completely car crashed. Remember the Kane? I remember saying the Alonso Kane one. This will forever be known as the Bowen -4. FPL Expectations Hall of Fame.
Oh, no. But nevertheless, 76. Still a pretty decent score.
76 with a -4, so that should be, I think, 72. Yeah.
That's still okay.
My rank is now 18K, which is not too bad. I mean, it's a 4K rank jump. So inside the top 20K again. It's been a yo-yo kind of a thing. I will go up, I go down, I go up, I go down. The best thing is it hasn't been like a huge red arrow, so I'm kind of happy with where I am. I just need to push on, which is what I'm struggling with.
I do notice a Ramsdale 11-point haul, so that looks pretty nice, juicy. We love a goalkeeper haul. We really do, so... Fantastic stuff. Where were you before?
Southampton kept giving him save points. I'm 22K, so I'm on 18K, so exactly about 4K.
Nice. A green arrow is still a green arrow. Great stuff. Glad some of the transfers worked out for you, and the Gallagher situation was a bit of an unfortunate one. But a green arrow is a green arrow. Good stuff, Sam. All right, so we're going to move on swiftly to my team. I had a pretty shaky start, not going to lie. We were kind of pretty slow in terms of returns, but I think the only noteworthy thing here is Gallagher. I know Sam is probably not going to be very happy seeing this on his screen right now, but Gallagher miraculously came through. Ben White came in for Smith Rowe. That really helped as well. And yeah, the Bernardo, Antonio, uh, Cancelo, and Trent returns. They're good too, but I feel like they're pretty highly owned. Ronaldo might be the exception, but I think a lot of people brought him in. I was sitting at 119 something. Where's the rank? 19 something. We're at 184, so very, very small green arrow, but it's nevertheless the green arrow. To be fair, it was looking really ropey because mid game week, I think I dropped to 800, so it was a massive red arrow because of, I think, like people like Rafinha. I don't have Rafinha, so yeah, I did lose out in the cup though. I've lost the first round of the cup, but you win some, you lose some. Yeah, but
My first round opponent was pretty easy, I guess. But the thing is, right, I was before what like his team had Sterling in it, so for a moment it felt like a scare because he had Sterling, he had Antonio, he had Sterling. It's a dead team, so he had both Sterling and Antonio.
wow, right.
The problem
But
was the
hey,
fact that he had, I think, my next opponent's also a dead team. A game week, but he hasn't made it. But he has made transfers up to game week 15, so not so dead. So
right.
not the dead team, but he hasn't. No, not 15. I think it's like 11. So he hasn't made a transfer for like 5 weeks. So not so dead, not so alive.
Just kind of in the middle, the limbo there. Not really sure. My cup opponent was really good. I think we had very similar teams with a few differences, and the differences were Buemo and Rafinha. So yeah, by that first couple of games, it was looking pretty bad. So I think he beat me by 20 points. I think, I don't know if you can see it here. Yeah, you can see it here, right here. It was 20 points. We won't go into that, but it was about 20 points. So he had a really good week. And fair play is Alex. Fair play, Alex, if you're watching. I don't think you're watching, but fair play if you are watching. But yeah, that's the team. Gallagher, beautiful haul. We keep pushing on. Those are our game. Whoa, I can't speak. Those are our teams for game week 16. Let's move swiftly on to yellow cards. Now, there's going to be one main talking point here because a teammate, a player that a lot of us own, is now going to be suspended for game week 17, which is coming up very, very shortly in the next few days. And that is none other than Cancelo.
That you can kind of see on the screen.
Yeah, so Sam is working to load the yellow cards list. It's do you want me to load it up, Sam, or
It's come.
all right?
Oh, I just stopped sharing my screen.
Well, while he's doing that,
one stream without technical difficulties. That's all I asked for.
that's okay. And we're always flexible here, as we all know. Yeah, so one player that's highly owned that has will be suspended for game week 17 is man like Cancelo. He's at the top. Oh, not the top. Is that number 3? Yeah, he's joint third.
Number 3, yep.
With Kanos.
But on 5.
Well.
So there are two people with 6 at the top, Ruben Neves and Emmanuel Dennis. So those two are safe. Those are safe for now.
For now.
But outside of them, for now. Cancelo is suspended on 5. So there's quite a few people on 5 actually. Salisu, Romeo, they were suspended last game week. Tarkovsky already served his suspension, so is Ward. Now we move on to the 4s and Basuma. I feel like Brighton. I feel like if he's missing, Brighton is just gonna decimate at this point. I don't even know what Brighton are anymore.
You got Bruno there as well.
Honestly, and then Bruno Fernandes. So if you want him, he's a caution next to him at the moment. And then Matty Cash. I feel like Villa fullbacks are quite popular because of the fixtures and also how Jara likes to use them. He's on 4. So yeah, be careful. And then other than that, Brownhill, a lot of people have him on the benches. Liam Cooper, I'm not sure if he's still injured or not, but if he's not, you might want to be careful. Next page, we have Rafinha on 4.
Ooh,
that's interesting. One. And then Dini, he's never going to appear.
Gallagher.
Yeah, he's been in four for quite a while, I think.
Gallagher
He's been in
and
four for
James?
quite a while. Yeah, Reece James got his fourth at the weekend, so yeah.
Yeah.
Reece James also on the tightrope, so I'm just hoping that he gets his yellow. He gets his yellow within like not next game week, but 2 game weeks from now, which is the weekend. So that after that, I can just sell him off to a Villa defender. Because after that, he kind of just transitions into the difficult game. So I'm just hoping he does that, and yeah, peace of mind.
Right.
Other than that, there isn't really Diego Llorente. He's kind of key to Leeds at the moment. Even a decimated Leeds needs Diego Llorente. Malpe is on 4. McTominay's got his 4th.
Ooh.
It's kind of interesting because he's one of our 2 fit central midfielders. I'm not sure Matic can ever play central midfield in the system we want to play. Mings is also on 4.
Mings is on 4.
Nakamba, who's kind of cemented a place, is also on 4. And then Declan Rice, who's also key to West Ham, is on 4.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few on 4 now. Tyler Roberts, Andy Robertson. Fred's also on 4, so both our central midfielders are on 4 yellow cards. Just don't get suspended on the same match, you weirdos. And then
Luke Shaw? Oh, but he hasn't been playing, has he?
Yeah. He should. I don't know what's going to happen with him, honestly. Fabinho's on 4. I think Sophie pointed it out last week as well, when I was on and off. Then Veltman on 4. I don't really think anybody cares about him. And then Callum Wilson, I think a lot of people are going to transfer out on 4.
Yeah. I think he was on 4 last game week as well.
So that's basically the muscle.
Yeah.
Fabinho was also on 4 last week. Veltman was also on 4 last week, I think. I think the people at the front got their 4th later than the people at the back. So if you go up front, like this, okay. So if you go up front, people like Matty, I'm not sure Matty Cash, but I'm pretty sure Reece James and the likes of McTominay all got the yellow cards quite late. Because they just got them last week, not the.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a few interesting people on 4. We'll see.
A few names to be careful of,
right?
Definitely, especially the higher ones. Yeah. So yeah, that's an insight into yellow cards. Most of us have Cancelo, so he will be suspended for this game week. So yeah, that's just something to be aware of. We're going to take a look at the game week 16 fixture review. I think, are we going to do predictions now, Sam, you reckon? Or we're going to do that as we go through the fixtures. Yeah. Right.
We should review our predictions. We won't. Yeah, no, we can just look at it now, I think, because I put everything on one screen. So
right.
You can just look at all the results now.
Let's have a look at that now then. Sam's prepared a very nifty looking spreadsheet looking
Should
type
we go
of
for
thing. And he's been very kind to do that, which will pop on screen very soon. But essentially, we made some predictions in the last stream in the game week 16 preview. It was Joe, Sam, and I, and we made predictions on every single fixture. There were 9 fixtures in total because the Spurs-Brighton game was postponed. So yeah, we're gonna go over how he did. I think Sam's even color coded it. So if you got it bang on, it's a green. If you got it completely wrong, it's a red. And the yellow is kind of like you got like the result right, just not the numbers right. Am I correct? I could be wrong. There you go.
Yeah. So basically, you can see here that on the right hand side, correct score is for green, correct outcome but not correct score is for yellow, and then incorrect. It's basically a red. So all of us got at least more than 50 right, which is kind of impressive, good. I guess. I mean, Joe got 6 outcomes correct. Both of us got 5. He got quite a lot on Sunday. We only got 1 on Sunday. He got 2. That's how he got ahead of us. And in terms of correct scores, we both have 1. Joe has 0.
Yeah, because
honestly, I feel like I would have had 2 correct scores if Shruti Khan didn't tackle.
Yeah, I was gonna say like we may have gotten less correct outcomes, but because of our exact correct score, it's kind of bumped it up a little bit. So that's a really interesting stat you've included there. So I do appreciate that. All of us got the Brentford Watford fixture
Tomorrow
wrong.
there's going to be a different person in the middle. I would have gotten it correct if Srudikon didn't make the tackle. I was so close.
Right. Well, I don't know if you can see this, but we have temporarily lost Sam. Hold on, let me just see if he's about. No, sorry if you're tuning in. This is probably a little bit annoying, but please bear with us. We do try to work through internet issues. You know, the standard stuff. Yeah, it's just me now. So Sam will be joining very soon, so please bear with us. That was kind of an insight. The predictions we made in game week 16 preview, just a recap of how we did. And just a quick shout out to anyone who's tuning in. Thank you for your engagement in the chat in the preview. We do appreciate it and made it a lot of fun. I'm pretty certain some of you got better outcome scores than us, to be fair. So please keep those engagements up. And we have a stream tomorrow, game week 17 preview, and so we'll do the same thing again, predicting the scores. So please do stay tuned for that as well, and we'd love to engage with all of you, see your interesting score predictions and how the teams will fare in game week 16. You know, it's a mid-game week. What am I saying? A midweek game week. So, teams could be tired. There could be rotations. So the scores could very well differ from what we're normally used to. We're just hanging on here. I'm not sure. I think Sam's working his hardest to try and get back online. He's kind of there, but not really. But either way, we do wait for him a bit. He is currently on video. Sam, hello. Earth to Sam.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
All good.
Yeah, internet. A bit of a problem with internet.
Yeah, it's all good. I was just telling whoever's tuning in that we just went over the fixtures, and we appreciate anyone who engaged with us for the preview. Would love for them to join us for tomorrow's stream, game week 17 preview, to hear their interesting fixture predictions. What do you think we go into game week 16 fixtures review? Just kind of talk over the actual results, how we thought about the games and stuff.
Yeah,
we can go with that. I'll bring it up real quick.
Yeah.
Can you see that clearly? I can maybe zoom in a little bit more.
Yep, I'm okay with that.
Do that. So first up, Bradford versus Watford, the one we all three of us got wrong completely. Wow. We got Mbuemo doing the thing. The man. Oh, I said his name, Sam. I said his name. Oh no.
It was a weird game. Like when I was watching the highlights, right? Brentford had most of the possessions and most of the shots, but honestly, they weren't really threatening at all. It's a weird game. And that started the whole Brass FC versus Analytics FC debate on Twitter, which I completely enjoy just watching everything unfold.
The Dennis returned, though. He had a really good header, really good strong header. I think poor defending on Brentford's part, but good goal nevertheless.
Yeah. He had a free header. Like, I feel like you can't really say anything from this week. Like, even though I'm a Dennis enthusiast and I don't really like King, you can't really say anything. King hit the post. A defender, I forgot who it was, clears the ball out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Of that subsequent corner, Dennis scored. And he had a free header, and I don't even think he's 6 foot. He just had a free header. Like, how can...
It was very poorly defended.
You can't say anything from it.
Yeah.
Also, the thing is, King was playing effectively a left wing back position, kind of doubling up on that left hand side. I don't really know exactly why. I didn't watch the match, so it's hard to tell. But yeah, you can't really say anything from this match. Also, apparently the Nigerian coach, the coach who has problems with Dennis, has been sacked. So chances are he's gonna get called up to AFCON anyway.
Well, that would be really
Yeah,
big then.
a lot has
Dennis
happened.
Untitled.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, overall,
Back to
Embuemo, I think
Brentford. Yeah.
Embuemo had a really good chance. I think left foot curler, but it was a good save from Bachman.
Yeah, that's the only chance they had. I think it's off the counter. That's the only chance Bradford had. For all their possession, that's the one chance Mboma had on the transition. That kind of sums it. That kind of sums this evening up before
Sums
the
up the game.
penalty.
Yeah. But yeah, overall.
There isn't really anything to talk about. I just look at what I've written down. Yeah, there isn't really anything to talk about. And without Tony, they just don't. I guess they lost the focal point without Tony, and also without Canyo. So they kind of lost two bright spots, a bright spark and a talisman.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's it. Fair play to Brentford. 2-1 to Watford.
Yep.
We'll move on to City versus Wolves. Okay, so
A few interesting things happen here.
uh-huh.
You can see the red card, Colin Jimenez. That red card was just stupid.
Yeah.
The yellow, the
It was
first
two
yellow was
yellows
harsh,
in
but
the
the
span
second
of, like-
yellow,
Yeah.
a minute. He got a
Yeah.
foul. The first yellow was a bit harsh. I guess I can agree on that. But the second yellow was just deserved.
Yeah. It was kind of dumb on Jimenez's part, not gonna lie.
The
But yeah,
penalty.
this was a relatively low scoring match. This was the one
So many
that you
dodgy
and I
calls.
got right.
And we had to be saved by a penalty as well.
Right.
It was a dodgy penalty though. It was a dodgy one.
Yeah, I agree. It's a bit of a dodgy one. But a Bernardo assist will take it, right?
To be fair, he had quite a few chances as well. I think he had 2 shots as well, and also 1 key pass. So it wasn't like he wasn't involved. Gundogan, he went off early. Apparently, I don't know what I think it's some injury or something. I can't really tell, but he went off early. Cancelo picked up the other card, so that's his 5th. Sterling had a really good game, honestly. Let me read it. Yeah, 3 shots on target, 4 key passes, 1 big chance created. That's Sterling. He's been on it the last few weeks. He's kind of played his way back into Pep's thinking. He's been frozen out for like a good half a year now. He's kind of played his way back into the starting 11, and if he wasn't 10 million, I think a lot of us would kind of go on him. I feel like because a lot of our money is now tied up on Salah, Ronaldo, the back 4. It's kind of hard to
He's
fit him
had a
in.
return in the last 5, which he started. He didn't play here, but he's gotten a return every single one.
The last 2 he's
except
been,
this one. Sorry.
the last 2 he's been really outstanding. I feel like he's been on it the last 2 games. And yeah, I feel like the likes of Foden, Mahrez might need some luck to get back in the side. Not some luck, but they probably have to share their minutes.
Yeah.
Even De
think so as
Bruyne,
well.
I'm not even sure he's gonna get straight back in the 11.
But one thing to note, I guess, is despite it being a relatively low-scoring game, Sa did have to make 8 saves, so he was kept busy throughout.
Man City's what's it again? Let me check. I think Man City's XG was quite high. 3, exactly 3,
Yeah.
including the penalty. So without the penalty, it's about 2.2 to 2.3. So it's quite high. I mean, they had quite a few chances. I think Bernardo had 1 chance off the rebound or something. Salah had to save it towards the end. Foden had a chance to tap in from a Sterling cross, blocked. I feel like Wolves pretty much just sat back. Yeah, that as well. It's not Wolves just did the same thing they did against Liverpool, just a bit better.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you and I got this one completely right. So overall, City, they did their thing, strong, dominant team. But to be fair, Wolves did their best to fend off the attacks so far. And yeah, but pretty pathetic red card for Jimenez. So
I think that kind of pretty much put away any chance of Wolves ever scoring. Not that they had any to begin with, but
the moment the striker went off is just okay.
At the moment, like Traore can do a lot, but he can't do much on his own without somebody to supply any end product. So
yeah. Man City 1, Wolves 0. There we go. All right.
The next game, this is the game where I'll let you talk. I think you might want to talk a lot. Go ahead.
Arsenal versus Southampton. You know what? I'm pretty happy we got a clean sheet. I was expecting at least a goal to be conceded. Um, my personal opinion is that Arsenal defensively are not there yet. As you can see, Ramsdale still had to make a couple of saves. Ramsdale is a beast, man, between the sticks, and his 11-point haul was well deserved. I think Odegaard is one that has kind of gone under the radar. I think he scored in the last. Yeah, he scored in the last three, every single one. His goal was a header.
The thing is,
which
right?
was-
Yeah.
yeah.
The thing is that last week, when I had a rough internet connection, I actually wrote down my notes about Odegaard having like 10 key passes in the last 3 games, and I was going to say it, but since he played himself back into the side, but I got a disrupted internet connection, so I never got to say it. And there he is, 1 week later, and he goes and scores again.
Well, here's your chance. Here's your
Yeah,
chance.
I was actually going to ask you what do you think about Odegaard, but yeah. Since we're on that topic, I'll just ask you the same question I was going to ask you a week ago. What do you think about Odegaard?
I like the look of him. The reason I wasn't really kind of sold on him was he was just kind of not nailed with minutes. You can kind of see here, which is just a big turnoff because I guess he is kind of the same price as Smith. Oh, not now anyway. Smith was like 6, but back in the day,
It was where Smith was. Back in the day, we are in 2015.
Oh, I mean, back in a few game weeks ago, they would have been the same price, but as Smith Rowe is now the pick, I guess, and he was injured. Well, he was a doubt, but no, he didn't play. The Lacazette goal was really nice. It was a very nice transition play from the back, passing play, the kind of stuff you expect from the old Arsenal, you know. So it was really nice to see Saka with a great assist to pick out Lacazette and good finish. The Tierney assist, and it was a Odegaard goal, was kind of funny. I don't know if you saw it, but the Tierney. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Who was on the right? Whoever was on the right.
Tomiyasu.
I think it was,
Tomiyasu put a ball in.
Tomiyasu, yeah, he put a ball in.
Went all the way to Tierney.
It went to Tierney. I think Tierney tried to hit it first time, but it just slipped under. It ended up being a fake, and he faked out the defender and then went over. The second cross was kind of shambolic. It hit the defender, but then, I mean, it led to a goal, so we'll take it. Yeah. I forgot what the Martinelli goal was like. It was a strike, right? Oh no, I forgot what the Martinelli goal looked like.
Martinelli didn't score. It was Gabriel.
No, sorry. Corner. Oh, the Gabriel was a header, right? It was a header.
Yeah, he missed the corner 2 minutes ago, and then he just scored one. The same header.
Right.
Not the same header, but slightly similar. It all came down from a Caballero mistake. Speaking of Caballero.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember that now. I think Caballero should have handled that a little bit better. It was in his zone. He really should have handled that a bit better. But
speaking of Caballero, Southampton's defense they need. I think Salisa's going to come back, so that should reduce the amount of shambolic display. But I feel like because of the fact that Caballero hasn't been in club football for half a year, that does take its effect. It's not that he's a bad keeper. I mean, there were times when he was starting regularly for Man City when Claudio Bravo wasn't doing, and in Chelsea when Kepa wasn't doing. So it isn't like he's some slouch. He has some pedigree as a keeper, but the fact is he hasn't played club football in about 6 months. So he's gonna take some time to get used to it. Like when we signed Cavani, it took him until close to the end of the season for him to consistently bang in goals. It'll probably be the same with Caballero, except he's gonna have. I guess he has to start a lot more games, so he'll get used to it quite quicker.
I agree, and I feel like with a goalkeeper, you really need that confidence, because, it's just kind of hard to build that up. A little bit different for a goalkeeper.
Because he was terrible that game, but yeah, he should be better next game. I think one game, and also he'll have Salisu and Romeo back, so he'll have better protection in front of him. So. I won't be expecting Palace to score 3 past them. Not a chance.
Yeah. But I mean, I do have Gallagher. I do hope he goes ham. We'll have to see. 3-0 Arsenal, Southampton. Good result there for Arsenal fans. Okay, goal fest. Chelsea versus Leeds, 3-2. Rudiger with the 2 penalty assists.
Dodgy. That's
I
all
think they
I'm
were
gonna
quite
say. It's a
dodgy.
dodgy pen.
Especially the
It's a
second
dodgy
one, I
pen.
think. The one where he was facing away from the goal, defender comes behind him. I don't know. I didn't feel good about that one, to be fair.
That's as dodgy a pen as they come, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the game's the game. The game is the game.
Yeah.
Guildhard was a
You think?
header, right? I believe. No,
Yeah.
close range.
I think. I can't remember.
It was close range. I don't remember what part of the body, but it was.
All I
close
remember
range.
was him celebrating. That's all I remember.
I remember him celebrating too. I think the Mount goal was really good, right? Because it was Alonso.
Alonso crossed it.
Yeah.
First time finish on the near post. That's quite good.
Good stuff. And yeah, the 2 dodgy penalties.
We have to talk about a few things in this game, I think. The first one being Chelsea's defensive display. I never felt comfortable owning James at all. I don't know, maybe they're missing the midfield. Alonso's not the same. Like, genuinely, they're missing Chilwell. At some point, I think Tuchel has got to decide whether or not Alonso's worth it. Because at this point, I'll just sacrifice everything and just go Hudson-Odoi left wing back, because Saul didn't do much better midweek.
Mm-hmm.
So the only other option left is either put Pulisic there or Hudson-Odoi there. And Hudson-Odoi has some experience playing left wing back. I think he did it quite early in Tuchel's reign.
He did, yeah.
Like a few minutes, yeah. So he had experience there, and I think Chilwell's main threat was like getting in the box and shooting from like the left side of the pen box.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hudson-Odoi can get into those positions. I think just sacrifice the defensive part and just go Hudson-Odoi. I think that'll probably help them.
Yeah. The fact that
Alonso's also making
quite a few goals in the last few game weeks is a bit concerning, you know.
And also from that side, from the fact that Alonso's playing.
That's a good point.
I mean, he was solely responsible for the penalty. That was just a stupid tackle.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't have much to say.
And Mason Mount, another goal.
Yeah.
That's 3-3, I think. 3 goals, 2 assists in 3 games.
Yeah. My goodness. 2 double-digit hauls.
The problem is I don't think I can fit him in anywhere at this point, because I have Jota, Bowen, Bernardo, and Salah. At this point, my team is quite stacked. So he has to remain out for a bit.
Same. I'm in the same boat. He's still owned 19.1%. Okay, about 20%.
A lot of people brought him in after this week. So he's kind of matched his goal tally from last season.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not even halfway yet. Yeah. He's kind of upped his game this season.
Chelsea 3, Leeds 2. Good stuff. Overall observations.
Also, I'm just gonna ask you a question. I don't know if you have it or not. Double Chelsea defense. What are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna sell now, or are you gonna still hold, given their recent defensive displays?
I am fortunate enough to only own James. I say fortunate. He did blank like 3 games in a row now. Once I brought him in. Double Chelsea defense. See, this is what I wanted to avoid. Why I didn't go double Chelsea defense in the first place was, if this were to happen, I'm now flipped over twice, right? So at least I'm only flipped over once. But the sell though, the fixtures, I think they still look.
It isn't that great. It isn't that good.
It's not that.
Everton at home looks okay. Wolves away looks okay. Wolves away looks good. Villa away doesn't look good. Brighton at home, it's a toss of coin. We don't know which Brighton's going to turn up. Mm-hmm. So there's still some
plan was to
clean
get
sheets
rid
there.
by 21. I was gonna get rid before the blanks and as well as the tough fixtures.
The week which I want James to get the yellow card was 18. Wolves away, so he can miss Villa away, and he can come back for Brighton at home. But I can tell him that. I can sell him in 19 for Villa defender. I mean, they're facing Chelsea, but I'd rather just go 1 week early at this point.
Really? I haven't really thought about it actually because I was just so set on getting rid of him the Liverpool game because I'm just kind of scared.
I've never
of
really
ownership.
had time yet. I feel like James. I was set on having 4 of them: James, Alonso, Trent, and Cancelo as my back four for a while, and just keep them there, and then just flicker around the front four.
Mhm.
But Alonso kind of ruined the plans a bit. If I had Rudiger, I would be less like entitled to sell him, mainly because he's more nailed, and also the fact that he gets forward quite a lot.
He gets
He's
the odd
bombarding
shot
them.
off every now and then.
Yep. Even though they're terrible, he kind of gets them off. At some point, he hit the bar against us. So at some point, he's gonna get one in there.
Yeah. So when do you think you'll get rid of him again? Oh, sorry. Get rid of your Chelsea defenders.
Defender, I got rid of one for this week for Dallo.
Alonso.
So Alonso's gone now. I only have James left. So if everything goes well and he doesn't have any more cock-ups, probably after 20. But as soon as he get that next yellow card, I'm probably just going to get rid of him. Be done with it. I mean, he scored quite a lot of points for me, but yeah, you can only have so many chances in this team. I'm looking for points here. I'm not looking for sentiment.
I don't think he's scored a return ever since I got him because I used to be on the Chilwell train. And as much as Chilwell didn't haul as much as James, he still got the clean sheet. He still got the attacking return, which has got me where I am. But now James hasn't returned in the last couple. You can hear my dog probably, right? I got him in for 13, I think. So
I got him on 8. I got him game week 8 on my wild card because it was between him and Rudiger because Rudiger was injured. I pretty much just went James because I don't know, I kind of liked it better, and then he kind of just went on a huge run. By huge I mean like 4 game weeks, but nobody owned him, so the rank jumps were crazy.
Right. Oh, did you own him for the 24 haul?
21 haul, yeah.
Oh, that's a huge one. That right there. It's a huge.
I remember watching it, right? Because and then it's like, yeah, that actually happened. That was not a fluke. That actually happened. Right. Let's move on.
You'd love to see it. Liverpool Villa 1-0.
There isn't really anything to say, except
Salah with a pen.
Again, Jota, he had to score that chance. Surely.
Oh, I
feel like Jota. Towards the end when he came on.
Oh, I didn't
he had
see
one
the
chance.
Did he have a chance?
Towards the end, if I remember correctly, I think he had one chance.
Okay. Well, I must have missed it then. I just remember the penalty, to be honest. I don't remember much from this game.
There isn't much to remember from this game, I don't think. There isn't really like any standout moment.
Yeah. I don't remember the Jota chance, but I might have to go back and watch it. But yeah, all I remember was the penalty. And it was quite last minute too.
I might be mistaken as well. I have to rewatch it.
It's not last minute.
Actually, now that I said it.
I mean, I don't know. I must have forgot. But yeah, that's another win for Liverpool.
Another pen.
Oh, Martinez made a couple of saves, right? I mean, it says 4 here.
Yeah.
I remember some of them being pretty big.
Yeah. I think there was one from Salah near post as well, which he usually scores on his left foot from the right side. Right. He usually scores those.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job to Martinez. We can move on, I reckon, to this one. Okay.
Right. That was a weird game. We never actually pressed that game. It was a weird game to watch because we basically just sat off Norwich the whole game. We just let them come on to us. We got a penalty. We just won the game, and that was that. There wasn't really anything to talk about.
The Bradford was one that he had like a... Wait, was it a cross or a shot? I remember seeing
a half cross, half shot from his left foot, which if Ronaldo was half a second early on putting his foot out, that would have ended up in the back of the net.
Right. Tellez also he
Apart
took the
from-
free kick.
He took, yeah, that was there as well. But the thing is, apart from those, there wasn't really anything outside of the back four, the keeper, and the midfield two. There wasn't really anybody who turned up. Rashford was so out. Rashford was off it. Bruno was off it. Ronaldo was off it, and Sancho was off it, and that means there wasn't any pressing at all, which pretty much means McTominay, Fred, and the back will have to do everything on their own, and De Gea as well. It was a weird game to watch. I suspect there's going to be changes. I think Rashford and Bruno might be dropped.
Oh.
I think Rashford and Bruno might be dropped. I won't be surprised if Tellez is too. I think because if Shaw's back, I think he's going to go for Shaw. He's probably a better all-round player. By better all-round, I think he can overlap, he can underlap, and he can change with the left attacking midfielder. So it's kind of nice to have that option.
Yeah.
Dalot, I think he's going to keep his place. I think Wan-Bissaka, the problem with Wan-Bissaka is he doesn't really suit the system. Like we saw against Young Boys, right? He didn't really do much. Well, that's a bunch of backups, but still, Shaw impressed, Greenwood impressed, Ilanga did okay, Mata did okay, and Bailly did okay. So it's not like you can't impress in a bunch of backups, but he really did. So it's hard to tell. I think he's going to keep his place because he kind of offers more going forward than Wan-Bissaka, and the next games are games where you might want to attack. So having that extra attack on the right flank is probably better because most of our attackers tend to bias towards the left-hand side. So having that right back who can kind of balance it out is kind of a good thing to have, actually. So I think...
Okay. Wasn't there stuff about the COVID?
Yeah, COVID outbreak, but the thing is, right, most the players who came back from Norwich all tested negative. And then I think... So I don't really know what's going to happen, actually, because names haven't been said. In the press conference, Rangnick didn't say anything. So it's hard to tell. I think it's just mostly staff and a few fringe or junior players, I think.
Okay.
Because no names came out.
So you wouldn't be too worried then? If let's say people wanted to bring in Dalot, it would still be okay?
I wouldn't be worried at all. I wouldn't be too worried.
Okay. That's good to hear. Because Dalot is definitely one that caught my eye, I think, personally.
Yeah. I feel like Dalot's... I'm not a huge fan of Dalot, until 2 weeks ago. The thing is, right, he kind of is comfortable with both feet. That's kind of a useful thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
So you can cut in, you can go outside. It's a bit like Greenwood, but on a much less scale. And there's a question in the chat. I think we should answer it since we covered both games.
Kai has asked De Gea at 5.1 or Ramsdale at 5 for the rest of the season. Ooh.
We're gonna go that far. That's the second wild card.
I didn't know Ramsdale is that close in price with De Gea. When did that happen?
Yeah, Ramsdale rose in price for a huge amount of times now. I think that's the reason.
Oh my gosh, he rose quite a bit. Either that or De Gea dropped quite a bit. I don't know, one or the other, or both.
I think De Gea started at 5 million. I think De Gea started at 5. I think I'm not sure. One of him or Henderson started at 5. Henderson's 4.7, so he definitely started at 5. De Gea started at 5 as well, so De Gea never dropped. He just rose once.
Oh, that means Ramsdale must have done a lot of rising. I'm pretty certain he was like 4.5.
He started 4.5. He started 4.5. He's not 5.
Wow, I didn't realize they were so close in price. Anyway, sorry. The rest of the season.
The thing is, I guess 2 things to note here, and I'm saying this maybe it's maybe a bit of bias involved, but number one, if Rangnick can implement his style quicker, well, we don't know how quickly he can fully implement it, but we saw against Palace, right? De Gea barely had any saves to make. So if you want to have a high hauls like this one, it's gonna be a bit hard. I don't really know what's the criteria for pressing and not pressing, because against Crystal Palace we kind of look good, against Norwich it's like we were watching the side from a month ago. I don't really know what happened, so it's hard to tell. At number 2, there's Dean Henderson waiting, and long term I think Dean Henderson's going to win that number 1 spot over, because he's probably a better quote-unquote modern keeper. His sweeping, his proactivity is better than Tahir, and when we want to press and be a high line, at some point we need to replace Tahir with Henderson, I think. But again, I'm not sure whether it's going to happen this season or next season, so take it with a pinch of salt. And Ramsdale, I don't really think Arsenal let like a very few shots in. They let quite a few shots in, so Ramsdale's going to get safe points. And I think I'm just going to go Ramsdale, I think.
You can call me biased, but I'd already decided I would probably pick Ramsdale. It could be quite controversial. I like what I'm seeing from Ramsdale. I also think he's more nailed. You brought up a good point with the Henderson thing, but I think Ramsdale's more nailed. And from what I've seen, I really like what I've seen from the keeper.
Right? Ramsdale kind of reminds me of Martinez from last season.
A little bit.
The guy who,
a little bit.
Yeah. The way he's performing, I feel wise, it reminds me a lot of Emi Martinez last season. So if you haven't got him, I'd jump on him, I think.
Yeah, myself included. I couldn't afford a keeper. Anyway, thanks for the question. Looks like we've gone for Ramsdale most likely, so hope that helps and works out for you, Kai. We move on to the next fixture. 0-0 Burnley, West Ham. I didn't watch the highlights, but I don't know if there's anything noteworthy. Is there anything?
There wasn't much, actually. I think I only watched the last 30 minutes because of F1. So I'm pretty sure most people haven't watched this match because of F1.
It was because of F1.
But yeah, just
final lap, by the way. Oh my goodness. My goodness.
I don't think it's over,
that's for another time, sorry. But my God. God.
But the thing is, right, it's a similar story for Antonio again. Just looking at like the numbers, West Ham has 16 shots, 3 on target. Antonio has 2 shots off target, and that was it.
Man, that's annoying.
Bowen had 4 key passes, 2 shots, 1 on target. That 1 on target towards the end, I thought that it wasn't like that close to scoring, but I kind of thought that was in when Pickford saved it out. So that was kind of annoying. But other than that, there wasn't really anything I kind of noted out. I mean, XG is not that dissimilar either. 0.55 for Burnley, 1 for West Ham. But the thing is, Bowen stayed really out wide according to the heat map.
Oh, really?
Bowen stayed, quite wide, and then he cuts in quite a bit. So it was, they didn't go to the back 3 like we thought they would. So, still, it's just one game. Maybe because Burnley tried to make it compact. I don't know. We'll have to see.
My question is, how does West Ham go from winning 3-2 to Chelsea and then drawing the Burnley? It's just kind of weird for me to comprehend.
I guess lack of possession. I don't know, because they won 3-2 against Liverpool as well. So can you bring up West Ham's results again?
Yeah.
Outside of the big 6, they haven't scored too much. I mean, they scored 4-4. Remove those 2 games. Remove the first 3 games. They've barely scored any. The only game point they really looked like scoring against a non-top 6 side was Aston Villa when they scored 4. Other than that, it's just been 1 or 2 or 0. So we kind of overestimated West Ham a bit. I mean, they'll take along, but they're not the side to score 4 every week. I think we kind of had this coming from like the first few weeks. We kind of thought they were this Rolls-Royce team, but they really aren't. They're just West Ham. They're just punching above their weight.
As someone who's owned Antonio since game week 1, is the sad truth to come to grips with.
No, but the thing is, they don't really have another striker, so they have no option but to keep playing Antonio. They have Bowen false 9, they have Yarmolenko false 9, but other than that, they really have no other option. They have to continue playing him.
I don't have much to say for this game.
The next game is also kind of weird. West Ham,
4-0,
Leicester 4,
Leicester,
Newcastle. No, Newcastle were bad. Like one look at the highlights and Newcastle were bad. I feel like if you have a triple captainship and you don't want to save it for the double game week 15, I would put it on. I will put it on any of the Liverpool players: Salah, Jota, Trent. If you're not sure of Salah starting, I'll just put on Trent or Jota. I feel like everybody in Liverpool is gonna haul here. They were terrible.
It's pretty harsh.
They were terrible. I'm not saying they were. I'm saying they were terrible. Like, this is a team managed by Eddie Howe, somebody who wants to attack, and you think they would actually, give Leicester a game. They didn't at all, and it's just disappointing, really. I feel like I was expecting Wilson, Saint-Maximin to kind of get something, maybe like a 3-1, 3-2. Leicester just dominated them. We're talking about a Leicester team that just lost badly to Napoli half a week ago. Not even half a week. It was on Thursday. It was on Thursday night. This is Sunday afternoon. It wasn't that long ago. And they just let them steamroll over them. Like, bloody hell. I mean, this isn't the Leicester game either, so. Yeah, this isn't the Leicester team from like 2 years ago where they were actually doing well around this time. This Leicester team has been off the boil for quite some time, and you just let them steamroll over you. That kind of says a lot about the team, to be honest.
Well, overall observation was that Newcastle were terrible. I guess we can take away from that.
So if you are looking to kind of look for a differential captain, game week 15 probably isn't the week to go for.
Yeah.
Just go with Liverpool. Don't try to be smart. You'll just end up looking stupid.
Yeah.
The final game. I don't want to look at this game at all. I feel like the thing is, I actually watched the first half, 10 minutes in, I knew he was getting something. Because he was so on it.
Oh.
Yeah, well, Hughes and Kouyaté playing was so good for Gallagher. He was all over the place. I mean, in a good way. Oh, man.
One of Gallagher's goals was a nice right finesse kind of thing, right? Into the top corner. Oh.
Yeah, that was the second goal. The first goal was a sabotage by Damari Gray. He just passed it back. He just passed it back. So I think it was Ayew. Yeah. Ayew, and then he just squared it up for Gallagher. That was a little nice sabotage.
The Tompkins goal was it was off of like a rebound sort of, right? And then he hit it near post to Pickford.
Yeah.
It's kind of roughly what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Everton that beat Arsenal last game week ended up losing to Palace. You'll love to see it.
Okay. There's a bit of news. If you're watching this, there is rumors that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer might take over at Everton. So I might have to switch teams. I might be wearing Everton blue 2 weeks from now.
What? Are you serious? Where are you hearing this from?
Go to David Ornstein. I think I just saw it from David Ornstein. Yeah, Twitter. Nope.
No way.
Nope. It's a bait. But even if it's not a bait, it's a bait. I fell for it. Yeah.
Oh.
But even without the bait, right?
There, bro.
Even without the bait, right? There's been talks about like Solskjaer going to Everton. I kind of don't mind it actually. Like Solskjaer with like attacking players, he kind of gives them more freedom. So the likes of Gray, I mean, Calvert-Lewin is a 9 Solskjaer would really like because he kind of goes to this traditional man. He's been all over the shop looking for that one of those.
Yeah.
Ever since he came here. So I think I feel like Everton has a lot of like the stuff that he wants. He has a balanced midfield with Decore, Allen, and Andre Gomez. We had McFred, and that's the only midfield he had to use. He's gonna do. I think I kind of low-key hope that happens. He's gonna do well, Everton.
Oh, he actually had
But
me
yeah.
there for a second. That was mad. I think a
That
lot of
would be
people,
great.
whoever was watching, they're probably like, "Oh, what?" They went to check as well.
I should double check every time I see something.
Oh, I mean, imagine though. Imagine that would be mad. But
Okay,
yeah,
wait. Okay. Also, but this is actual news this time. There's been a club
okay.
statement on COVID at Man United. So here, I'll try to share my screen and I'll try to put it up. Just bear with
Okay,
me
this
for a
is probably
second.
quite relevant.
This is not
Pretty
bait,
important.
just to be sure. I fall for it quite a bit, but this isn't bait. I can almost promise you that. So if it loads up, just put it in.
All right.
Manchester can confirm the following PCR test confirmation of yesterday's positive LFT COVID-19 cases among the first team staff and players. The decision has been taken to close down first team operations at the Carrington training complex for 24 hours to minimize the risk of any further infection. So, long story short, the Brentford game most likely is off.
Dang. Okay. Well, it's not for certain, but it's hinting at the fact that it could be most likely called off.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
okay.
From that game, on my squad, I have 3 players: Ronaldo, Dalo, and already COVID-infected Ivan Toney. I was planning on rolling a transfer, but I might have to rethink my strategies a little bit.
Just a little bit now.
Just a little bit. I might have to play with live FPL tonight and tomorrow morning a lot because there are players I don't want to get rid of.
Tomorrow's stream is going to be good then. Tomorrow's stream will be
There are
very
players
good.
I don't want to get rid of that I might have to get rid of. There are players whom I don't want to keep that I might have to keep.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking of like permutations of what to do in my head. I just need to think of because I only have 1 free transfer. So whatever happens, I need to do it with hits.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be spicy.
Tomorrow's stream will be spicy, so stay tuned to that, ladies and gentlemen, because Sam is going to have to make a couple moves. We'll see how he ends up faring. He'll have the night and tomorrow to think about it. But that's good news to, I wouldn't say good news. That's news to, pretty relevant news to hear. I'm a Ronaldo owner, so it's definitely affected me a little bit. So
that Cancelo yellow becomes more annoying every minute. By the minute, that Cancelo yellow becomes annoying.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it's against the Leeds side that do concede quite a bit.
It's not that. It's the fact that I would have had at least 2 points coming from Cancelo if he was available. 2 or 1.
Oh,
but now
right.
Now he's unavailable. Right now I'm just looking at availability at this point. I don't really want points anymore. I just want availability, and I don't want a huge red arrow. I'm defensive. This is not like me.
Well, yeah, we've gone through all the fixtures, game week 16. We've gone through our predictions and how we fared, as well as our general thoughts and analysis of each of the fixtures. And yes, we've kind of brought up. Thank you, Sam, for bringing up the recent news about the United fixture. That's pretty important for a lot of people, I think. So yeah, we're coming up to the 1 hour mark. We hope you enjoyed the game week 16 review. Remember that game week 17 is coming up very, very shortly. So stay tuned for our preview stream tomorrow night. Sam, as always, pleasure to talk to you about FPL. Pleasure to talk to you. I love your insights. Any last words for the audience?
I guess the only thing I want to say is stay safe yourselves, because COVID-19's kind of come back. So that's the one thing. And another thing, be careful with your teams, because there's going to be chaos.
Yeah, it's the busy holiday season, so we're going to need our benches. We're going to need some patience and diligence to work through it. And yeah, Sam, great point about that. as much as normal life is kind of returning, COVID hasn't left entirely and it's kind of spiking again. We're going to have to live and learn with this, but yes, please do stay safe as well. Sam, thank you once again for tuning in. Tuning in and also being a part of the show. And thank you to whoever's tuning in to the show right now. Remember to follow Sam right here. His Twitter handle is over here. And he will be here on the show tomorrow evening where he will possibly be taking a couple hits. So you definitely want to stay tuned and watch that. So yeah, that has been it for the Game Week 16 review. My name is Nick. My Twitter handle's down here if you want to check it out as well. Do follow the FPL Expectations Twitter, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of the streams. We've got, again, a deadline. It's kind of a deadline stream, but it's Game Week 17 preview stream tomorrow evening. We want you to get involved with that as well, especially with the score predictions. So do stay tuned for that. We hope to see you there. That's it from us. We'll see you at that stream. But for now, it is goodbye. Take care of yourselves, everybody.